Hey everybody, back again, another video. I have a video that I'm currently in the process of making. I did the first part, I did the second part. I'm waiting for, stuff to complete so that I can do the third part. And I am waiting on another thing that I'm ordering another thing at least to complete it. And I should have the whole project done Saturday, Sunday, maybe, and have that up. But as you can see, I'm looking at buffer tubes and stuff. Now, not just buffer tubes, but plugs. So the grenade launcher that I have, it accepts buffer tubes, AR-15 buffer tubes to be exact. So I have a collection of pistol buffer tubes and other buffer tubes. I have butt stocks, I have collapsible stocks, I have folding stocks, I have stocks. I have a bunch. So what I did was I was like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, well, since this isn't going to kick very well and there's a foregrip, I don't really have to shoulder it. I can, launch it say hello to my little friend, under. And I was like, okay, I can take the stock off. Well, if I take the stock off, then I lose the attachment point for the sling. And then it dawned on me. Plugs. Do they have plugs? Because I know that there's kits where you turn them from 5.56 and 300 blackout to 22, and then when you have the 22, you don't have the big deal going. So I was thinking, I've seen them plugged before, so I looked it up. A lot of the plugs, like a lot of these guys, they range between $20 to $65, and there are some that you can get. Well, I found one on Amazon that it's like $25 or something like that, but it's plastic. It's a plastic little cap that goes over the end, and it's just smooth. And I was like, I don't like that. I don't like 3D printed poly stuff. So I started thinking, okay, I'll take one of my buffer tubes, one of my aluminum ones, which is pretty much this style here, where it's just completely smooth. I'll measure out a little extra and cut it off using one of my pipe cutters. It's aluminum, it'll work. Then I'll put it down, hot glue it to a table or to something, and then I'll fill it with my poly resin. Polyresin's extremely strong and dense, and it can take a licking. I'll form a little plug so that it won't pull out through one end, but it'll go in, it'll be secure on the other end, and then I'll drill and tap it for a quick release. That way I can have an underarm, hang underarm, something like that. That would be nice. I'll still be able to attach the little sling mount deal to it, and it'll only stick out the end about yay far, maybe less. So I'm looking and looking. I have all the materials, I have the stuff, I'm currently building it. I have to get another one of these guys. This guy here, it screws into a hole. You drill and tap a hole, and then that's your little quick release right there. What I'll do is I'll drill it for a longer bolt, because I'm probably going to have to get a longer bolt for this, because I think it's like 2.5 inches. So what I'll do is I'll drill through the depth of this, or the size of this screw, which is 0.19. So I'll go 0.2. That way it has the stuff, and then I'll drill out a hole big enough to fit this nut in and a wrench, because it's gonna be in there, and then I'll just screw it together, lock it down, and then screw it in, lock it down, and then I'll have it built, ready to go for whenever I want to play with it. And I mean, it's only costing me, because I had the materials already, except for this, I'm probably only going to be spending about $7. But I already have a coupon because I did a return for that other item that I had that was broke. So I mean, it's all fun and games, I guess. But bad news is I have to give a bad. I gotta tell you guys, this thing, it is not worth $32. It's not. It really isn't. This thing is not worth $32. I mean, it's a floppy piece of crap. Instead of building this and stitching this with the foam and cutting the foam so that it actually folds nicely, they just put the foam in there and stitched it as stiff as they could. I've got a few rounds in it already because I opened up one pack of my stuff. I got my freaking order from the Pyro build. I got that today, so I was like, hey, cool, great. Still waiting on the order from the other company. So, I mean, they said that they'd send it out middle of the week. Yeah, it's already past middle of the week, and I mean, it's ridiculous. But I mean, you have this on your hip or on your chest or whatever, and then you got to open this up, and then it's like this, and you've got to fold this down or whatever to get ammo, and it really doesn't work as it should. I mean, it is stiff. The devices, the side here, what they should have done was cut these foams so that these side foams are separate, and cut this piece here so that it is separate, because it is one piece of foam all the way to here, all the way from this top all the way down to here. And with it being one foam, it does not operate as it should. And when you actually open it up, the threads, you can see how loose those, yeah, you see how loose those threads are? Look at how bad those threads are. I mean, it is horrible. The threads all the way around here, all the way around this edge, are loose. The lid was stitched on incorrectly, and when you actually fold this up and close it up, this lid should come down far enough, and it doesn't. I mean, that is horrible. You've got to fight and fuss with this thing to get it to where it should be. And I mean, it does not look professional. It does not look professional when it's all, monkey fucked. It doesn't. This is a $10 item. That's it. $10. $10. It's definitely not worth $32. This comes from Emerson Gear. That's who this comes from. Emerson Gear. Yeah, I don't. It's not worth it to me. It really isn't. It's not worth what they're saying that it is. So that's a bad. This, I already have it in my cart, so getting that ready, and cheaper, faster than ordering. And that'll be the short of it today. I'll be uploading the other video probably Sunday, and we'll see you there.